What's up, guys? Welcome back. High Side Broadcasting coming back to you guys here again today with something new, something completely different, something that I've been waiting to do for quite a while, and it took me quite a while to get together. This probably looks familiar to some of you guys that's been, following with this channel for a couple years back. I kind of did something similar to this for a very short time, but this one's much more well put together and much more planned out. So this one should be a lot more successful for at least whenever I have the time to do this. But yeah, so this is what we got going on right now. As you guys can see, this is my old 2002 racing game. And with this game, you have the capabilities, and I'll even show you guys over here, to build cars, make ratings. And with that, you guys can obviously tell what I did here with Ross Chastain and all the real drivers here. So pretty much what I plan to do here with this series is basically run it like a real series. So we're going to start at Daytona, broadcast every race. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep track of the points. Obviously, it gives you the results, but I'm going to keep track of the points as if it was today's point standings, not 2002 point standings. So we'll do the playoff format. I'll have to manually keep track of the stats, and I'll manually post the stats like after each race, like maybe as a community post or maybe a short 3-second video just to show you the stats, the playoff picture, whatever. But something else with this is I'm basically going to run it like a real series. So everybody is on a contract, all their drivers. And I'm basically just going to run it, like maybe 5 races into the year, Rick Ware decides they're going to start a 4th car and they're going to put, I don't know, maybe I'll put Ryan Sieg in the car, and maybe he'll run 3 races, and then maybe next year Ryan Sieg will drive full-time and sign a 2-year contract, and I'll post all the details to all the drivers out once they're made, and I actually have all the contracts to all the drivers manually made already. So like maybe at the end of the season, maybe I'll have Brad Keselowski retire, and then maybe the 6th car will shut down. And then is basically we're going to start with the real life standings as they are now. And then from here on out, I'll change them. And we'll come up with some creative. Like maybe at the end of the year, Eric Almirola will retire. And maybe we'll put Zane Smith in the car. Now, real life, it sounds like Zane Smith is going to go to Spire, leasing whatever they're doing with Trackhouse. But on here, maybe I'll put him in the 10. You know what I mean? Like, just, doing whatever. Maybe I'll have Rick Ware, maybe after 2 or 3 seasons of this, maybe they'll be competitive, and maybe they'll have 2 cars that are worthy of making the playoffs. Of course, I have the settings realistic, so you're not going to see J.J. Yaley finishing top 10 every week. I have the settings very realistic, so winning most of the time will be the same as real life. But of course, there's going to be added features as in, however the game decides they're going to finish. I don't know. I don't know what the standings are going to be. That's why this is going to be fun. So the game kind of decides the fate of all the drivers. But not sure if I'll do injuries yet. Like maybe 5 races into the year, I'll say, Ryan Blaney broke his leg. I don't know if I'll do that. At least not maybe in the first season. We'll keep it fair for all the drivers to start. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this. Having some fun. You guys can see there's 54 drivers. I've made every driver that made a start this year. So I'll even go show you guys the paint schemes. You see Chastain, you see Cindric, you see Austin Dillon, you see Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson. Most of these are pretty realistic. Brad Keselowski, Corey LaJoie, Busch, Elliott, Almirola, Hamlin, Blaney, Chandler Smith, of course, part-time, Chase Briscoe, and then, of course, all the 15 cars part-time, Jenson Button, Ryan Newman, J.J. Yaley, Gray Gaulding, Riley Herbst, Brennan Poole. And then you have A.J. Allmendinger, Chris Buescher, Martin Truex, all the drivers here. I try to do my best, try to get as many of the paint schemes realistic as possible. As you can tell, I was working with 2002, so the numbers were not made to be in the front. Of course, I only have 3 fonts to choose from when it comes to the details on the car, etc. But tried my best. Some of the paint schemes, like, I had to do that William Byron, the black and white one, because I couldn't do flames on here. Like, I couldn't do his Exalta car. But I tried my best. Tried to make as many of them as detailed as possible. I feel like I got pretty close on most of them. That one looks really cool right there, Connor Daly. Sucks we'll only see him at Daytona, but whatever. You can see all the 51 cars here. Ty Gibbs, Austin Hill, obviously part-time. Obviously the part-time drivers racing in the 231167 car. Ty Dillon, Anthony Alfredo, Bullocky McLeod, Jimmy Johnson, all the guys. So, with that being said, now not every intro is going to be this long, but since this is the first one, I'm just kind of showing you guys what's up. Championship. Hold on, I gotta switch this up. Hold on. I got several going on here, but I gotta go to ours. All right, here we are, championship at Daytona. So we're doing 20% races, so 40 laps. I have the field set to 42, so I can put in as many of the cars that I want. Full pace lap, yellow flags, double file restarts. Now in 2002, double file restarts, I forgot, but I can't change it. The outside is the lead lap cars, the inside's the lap cars, so I hate that, that's how it is, but whatever, can't change it. Realistic, damage, the real 2002 schedule, whatever we got going on here. But of course I've got to decide which cars I want in the Daytona race. I already have this predetermined. So I got to take Jensen Button off, Newman off. We'll put Yaley in for Daytona, why not? Brody Kostecki does not race at Daytona. Connor Daly does. I'll put Cody Ware in at Daytona. Travis Pastrana. We'll go with BJ McLeod, Jimmy Johnson. Neither of those guys. Alright. I feel like I'm forgetting one that I need to take off here. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, gonna go to Daytona. So what I'll do is I'll sim practice, but of course we'll still be able to watch. Maybe one of these times, if I feel like it, I'll broadcast practice, but it's an hour and a half long, so I've got a lot to sim here. But let's see who puts down a fast lap. See Elliott at the top of the board right now. Yes, what in the world? He ran a fast lap. What in the world? Is that even possible? What? $37.1. I think I've never seen his game glitch like that, but that's an insanely fast lap there by Elliott. Holy smokes! We'll see if he's that fast in practice and in qualifying and in the warm up. Because if he is, then there's a setting issue. But I don't even think that's a possible lap time here. But maybe it is. We'll see. I've done so many tests on here to make sure this thing was ready before we go live, and what do you know? Elliott is a solid 6.7 seconds faster than the rest of the field. But he hasn't improved his time, so we'll see if he's that fast in qualifying. That's an insane lap. I don't even know if I have, if I put all of his settings at 100, if it'll be that fast. But looking at the rest of the field, Toyota, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, a lot of Toyotas and Chevys up front, but yeah, insanely fast lap by Chase. So we'll see if he can't back that up in qualifying. He didn't, so yeah, look at these times. That must have been a glitch lap. Way to open up the season. I don't even know how that's possible. I've never seen that. Alright. Let's go to warm-up. Let's see who's fast in warm-up. Yeah, some more realistic times here now. 37-1. That's flying, isn't it, guys? And nowhere to be found in warm-up. He's not. Is he even inside the top 30 now? No, he's 35th. They slowed him down 9 seconds. 8 seconds, whatever it is. Jeez. All right, Kyle Larson at the top of the board. Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano. A couple Hendrick cars with Byron and Bowman. Of course, Ross is up there. Further down the field, any of the newcomers, like the one-off guys, looks like you got Travis Pastrana down here in 20th. Chandler Smith falling down the list a little bit, 24th. Austin Hill, 28th. At the back of the field, Ty Dillon, Cody Ware, J.J. Yaley, B.J. McLeod. Got Connor Daly doing a one-off. Zane Smith will be running a couple races this season for front row, and we'll see where he lands come next season. And here we are, ready to start off the season, and we've got 2 Hendrick cars on the front row, 2 Gibbs cars. We've got a Gibbs car and a Trackhouse. I think that's Kyle Busch and Blaney. Let's get this show on the road, boys. Daytona, 40 laps. There should be a pit stop here. I just got to fast forward to the start of the race. Start your engines. All right, let's get. I'm so excited for this series. I hope this is a hit. I hope you guys enjoy this. Excited to broadcast this and watch what's going to be going on here, but super excited. We have a whole pace lap before we get our season underway. I've been waiting. You guys have no idea. I've been waiting since this computer got set up probably like a month and a half ago, probably a month ago. And the second we set it back up, I was on here getting the cars ready. They're finally ready, finally have time to come down here and get the season underway. Super excited. As you guys can see, Kyle Larson, William Byron going to lead our season to the green. I have to remember to get the standings, but of course it's recorded, so we'll make sure we get the standings, and then I'll post the standings. We can look at the 2002 standings just to see how stuff is stacking up, but it's going to be boring. The 2002 standings is boring. That's why NASCAR made the playoffs. So we'll keep track of the playoffs and we'll do our own points. So if anybody wins a race, if they, race the whole season, they'll be locked into the playoffs. So we'll see if anything crazy happens because this computer decides everything, not me. So we'll see. Kyle Larson, William Byron, Hendrick cars, just like real life, going to lead you to green at Daytona. Then you got 3 Gibbs cars with Christopher Bell, Martin Truex, Denny Hamlin. Then you got Hamlin's buddy Ross Chastain. You got Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Alex Bowman. Not sure who else was back there, but the entirety of this field coming out of turn 4. We are ready to get this season underway. I'll even do that. So we got the full screen here. Of course, I'll put the leaderboard and stuff back on the board here once we get underway. Super excited. The pace car going to leave off the track here in a minute. Here we go. Coming to the line, Kyle Larson, William Byron, the green flag. It's in the air. We're racing at Daytona. Let's go. Kyle Larson, a great start. Going to get clear of William Byron, but he's going to stay on the bottom. 2 Gibbs cars behind him. Kyle Busch, Reddick, Keselowski, Bowman, Buescher. They're on the bottom. Of course, Byron, Truex, Ross Chastain, Blaney, Elliott, Logano on the top. Chastain going to jump down to the bottom. The bottom lane going to be dominant, but the top is runnable. And Larson going to drift up a little bit off the corner, going to give room for Christopher Bell and Denny Hamlin on the bottom. Oh, Denny Hamlin looking 3 wide already. Byron and Larson looking to check out early. Got a couple Gibbs cars there on the bottom. And Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick, Martin Truex Jr. fell off like a rock, didn't he? Still falling back. But Kyle Busch rounding out your top 5 with Bell in 4th. Of course, Tyler Reddick. He started around 8th or 9th. Already up to the 6th spot. We'll put that back up for us so we can change and look around. So let's go to the spectator view. We've got plenty of views to look from. And we've got plenty of cars to look at. Was it 41, 42, something like that in this race? So a lot of cars, super excited for this, but you can see the whole field storming down the back straightaway. That's a cool view right there. Let's go check out who else is running where in this field. We got a pass for the lead. William Byron going to take the lead from Kyle Larson, going to bring Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell with him. Looks like Tyler Reddick as well, of course, owned by Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan. Kyle Busch. You see Brad Keselowski and Joey Logano starting to make a run for it there on the bottom. And then the rest of the pack, and you're starting to see breakaways. This pack is broken apart pretty good already. But, of course, the draft is definitely a factor here for sure, so we shouldn't see any too big of breakaways. Of course, it's not like pack racing in real life, but it is still pack racing. You know, cars do race like they did in 2002, so got to give them credit because this game was made in 2002. But Denny Hamlin up to the second spot. You can even see the lap times they're running, the last, the best, the mile an hour, the gear they're in. A lot of details to look, but let's go through the field. Tyler Reddick, Keselowski, Bowman, further back, Joey Logano, Chastain, Kyle Larson already falling back to the 9th spot with Buescher in 10th. You see Blaney, Elliott, Bubba Wallace, Martin Truex. Is that Kyle Busch back there? Kyle Busch running out this front group, and then leading the second group, Austin Dillon. Or is that the second group? Yeah, it is. 15-car breakaway. Austin Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse, Ty Gibbs, Austin Cindric, Daniel Suarez. A lot of these guys probably going to be around the playoff cut line come August. Oh, in real life. For us, it'll hopefully not be that long. But Austin Dillon, Stenhouse, a couple of these guys, we'll see where they stack up. Justin Haley, further back, Austin Hill. He's raced his way up to 22nd. Not a good start for old Kevin Harvick. Chandler Smith doing a one-off. Zane Smith doing a one-off. Zane Smith in front of his full-time teammate McDowell. Harrison Burton in the 27th spot. Jimmy Johnson coming back to do the Daytona 500. Of course, he has a few other races on his bucket list this season. We got Connor Daly, a one-off with the money team in the 50. Chase Briscoe, not a good start to the season. 30th right now. Todd Gilliland, 31st. Eric Jones, 32nd. His teammate, 34th. And Gregson, or 33rd, whatever. Almirola. Then even further back, you got B.J. McLeod, Ty Dillon, Ryan Preece. Near dead last, Allmendinger. Travis Pastrana in his first ever NASCAR Cup race. LaJoy, Yaley, Cody Ware. That rounds out the field. And back at the front of the pack, you got Christopher Bell out front. Brad Keselowski looking for the lead. He came from he started 10th. We're only on lap 6. He's out front. And he's brought Tyler Reddick with him. You got Byron. Some of the Fords coming through. You see Logano. You got Chastain, Hamlin, Ryan Blaney. And storming back up with the rest of the pack is Larson and Elliott. And I think that's Kyle Busch in the red car. 3 wide. 2 teammates right there. Pretty strong racing so far early in this race. But Keselowski out front, and his teammate Buescher, he's back there maybe around the 10th position. We know how good these Roush cars, and Ford in particular, are at Daytona. Big run for those cars back there. Denny Hamlin going to lose a few more spots. Bowman, Buescher, Wallace, Truex, all going by Denny. And Hamlin went from 5th. You can see the last lap all the way to 12th. And this second pack of 4 cars is catching them. Austin Dillon, Stenhouse, Gibbs, and Suarez. They have run down this front pack, and they've left Austin Cindric and Justin Haley in the dust. Keselowski out of the lead. Who's that put up front now? Ross Chastain, Tyler Reddick. Then you got the 2 Penske Fords, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano into the 3rd and 4th spot. These boys are racy. We've seen 3, 4, 5 leaders already. Only lap 8 coming to lap 9. Then we'll go out of this big screen and look at some of the running order here, and you can see just how far everybody is apart. It looks like we've got couple tenths between each car from first to right there. Brad Keselowski in 23rd. Then you see a big gap there, 2.5 seconds all the way to almost 8 seconds with McDowell, Zane Smith, and some of the guys down here. Oh, Ryan Preece an issue already, 2 laps down. So the advantage we have is we can see what happened to him. So let's go to the 41 car of Ryan Preece. In the pits with an issue there. He could be DNFing because of an issue. Let's go back and let's look at what happened to Ryan Preece. We have that opportunity to look. He's been out for quite a while. Oh, maybe he wrecked. Cautions are on. Ryan Preece running in the 37th spot, right behind Ty Dillon, BJ McLeod. Not sure. Oh, he got turned by AJ Allmendinger. AJ Allmendinger got in the back of him, it looked like. He may have had a mechanical failure, though, because he's fine and he does not roll. Let's ride along with him, and then we'll ride along with Allmendinger. Let's ride along with Allmendinger. Can't really tell if he got in the back of him or not. No, he did not. That's definitely a mechanical failure there by the 41 car. Definitely did not get in the back of him. Alright, let's go back up to live. 2 laps down, more than likely a mechanical failure. He could have DNF'd by now. 4 laps down, he's just sitting in pit road. Yeah, not good for the 41 car. 5 laps down now. Probably get word on him as his crew works on his car. If he's going to be able to get back out there or not. Not sure. It looks like he just lost it in front of the 16 car. The 16 car did not get in the back of him, as we saw with the onboard. That's the nice thing about this. As long as we don't fast forward through the race, we have all the time in the world to go back and look at whatever incident we want to. So if something happens, we don't catch it. Not only can we go back and look at the incident, we can look at the incident from any of these views at any time from any car standpoint. So it's really nice for sure. Oh, contact. Looks like Bubba Wallace got in the door of the 20. Maybe just a little bit. As they ride at the back end of this pack here. Top about 10 cars here. And then another probably 8 or so cars. But who is out front? Is it the 24 car again? Yeah, William Byron looks like he's got the lead. Ross Chastain, and then the 2 Fords of Logano and Blaney. Who is going to win the season opener and lock their way into the playoffs right off the rip? Who's going to get it done? These 4 cars trying to break away from the rest of the pack. 14 laps in. Look at this gap right here between 23rd and 24th. 4.4 seconds back and then a whole 10 seconds back. We could end up seeing lap cars here. It's what we saw in qualifying, about a 43-second lap. Probably a little faster with draft. Well, yeah, about 43 with draft. It was 44 in qualifying. So the fact that they're almost 15 seconds behind. We won't see lap cars for a little bit, but they're losing, it looks like, about 0.8 a lap. So we could end up seeing lap cars. You guys see Ryan Preece now 7 laps down. Still no word. He could end up retiring. If he retires, that means he could have continued and didn't. If it says accident, that means he wrecked out of the race. But there's a good chance it's going to say, like, a mechanical failure will come up, like engine or piston or... there's all kinds of things that'll come up on there with ignition. Like, there's all, and that could actually be the issue, ignition. But we'll see. We'll see if we get any word if it changes from -7 laps to anything else. But Ryan Preece looks like he's going to get last unless somebody wrecks and Preece is able to continue. But the rest of the Stewart House cars, his teammate, the best running one, to no surprise, is Harvick. But to maybe a little bit of a surprise, he's 18th. The rest of his teammates outside the top 30, except you got Almirola 25th. Of course, Preece in last, but you got Briscoe 34th. Colleague cars, you got Allmendinger all the way in 37th. We got Haley about 21st. Almost halfway through this race already. Coming to lap 18. We should see pit stops. Not sure how many laps to a tank they get, but Ross Chastain out front. Blaney, Byron, Logano, Bowman. We're right along with William Byron, right from the back here. Losing some spots. Let's go through the field. See this pack right here. Quite a bit of cars. You see Logano, Busch are losing a lot of spots. Some racing going on back here. It's about 30th. Ryan Preece is back out on track. He got back out multiple laps down, but it looks like Preece is going to continue. Not sure what the issue was on the car, but he's 7 laps down, and that's always going to stay. So there you go. Ryan Preece back out on track. Ryan Blaney, currently the leader. Remember, him and Logano were kind of staying together for most of that time, and Logano all the way down to 16th. Blaney, the lone Ford in the top 10. The lone Ford in the top 13. The next one's Harvick, all the way up to 14th. And then Logano. Keselowski, you see, fell all the way to 23rd. Looks like to be the last car in this lead draft here. Is it's 3 seconds and then 13 seconds between 23rd and 24th. So 10 seconds the gap, 20 seconds back. And we got pit stops, the entire field virtually coming down pit road. And we're about halfway through this race. They shouldn't need to pit again. They could be splitting it in half. I'm not sure. I hope they can make it. I hate to see them come down pit road on like the white flag, or if it... Oh, do we have a wreck? We have a couple cars crashing here. I think. Is that the 9? Damage. Yeah, we've got a wreck and there was no caution. Looks like the 45's got a wrinkled hood. Let's go back and look at this. We were on pit road with Bowman and the rest of the field, and they all wrecked coming to pit road. Wow. Holy crap. Austin Hill did not bother to slow down. Couple Penske cars involved. Reddick, Chase Elliott, Keselowski. And then more cars coming down pit road, but they did stop. You guys saw that. They did stop. Wow. What caused this jam up? Typically, they're pretty good about getting on pit road. This is a good view. Oh, yeah. Buescher and Reddick slowed down, and freaking Austin Hill. Cindric came in hot. Austin Hill must have got a speeding penalty. He had to have. Look at him. Austin Hill should have definitely got a speeding penalty, but wow. Couple Fords here with Logano, Cindric, and Buescher. You got Chase Elliott, Reddick. Haley probably, I'm not sure if he's all right. I'm not sure why. Keselowski just stopped. I'm not sure why he ended up in his stall. But it looks like Elliott's going again, but he's 32nd. See, things happen, and that did not bring out the caution, obviously. And that, well, two other Hendrick cars are out front with Byron and Bowman. Jeez. And we were at the front half of what happened. We were looking at the front half of the pack with Bowman, and the rest of the field just came crashing in. Well, Austin Hill and Austin Cindric, the two Austins, they came crashing in. But was Austin Dillon there too? All the Austins, but you can see all of them struggling now. You got, yeah, Keselowski, Buescher, both RFK cars. Jeez, and they're good at this kind of racing, but both RFK cars and Reddick a lap down. And it looks like Smith, Logano, Haley, Elliott, Dillon probably going to go a lap down, so you can see their laps here. But couple car breakaway now. Looks like 4 cars. Well, looks like 3 cars. Looks like Bowman, Suarez, and Stenhouse have broken away. Could we see somebody that, come playoff time, you would think would be around that cut? You know what I mean? Like, may get in, may not get in. They could end it right here. I mean, we see in real life, Bowman and Suarez all missed the playoffs. Stenhouse got in because he won Daytona. The only one up in the front here is Ryan Blaney. That's probably capable of winning a race later in the season. I mean, Bowman and Suarez, they're probably, I mean, they could get it, and they could get it right here, but we'll see. We'll see, and of course, Ricky Stenhouse, but yeah, it'd be very interesting to see what happens, but a horrible start to the season for, if they DNF, Priest could pick him off a couple cars, but we'll see what happens. We have 15 to go. We are 26 laps into this race. Not too long. Looks like Blaney making the pass on Stenhouse. I'm not sure. It looks like there's a pretty big pack if you look at Harvick all the way to Chastain. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars. They could, if they are faster, obviously, could ultimately catch this group of cars. But a couple lap cars as well could speed up, could slow down this pack. We have to watch this interval. 4.9 for Harvick and 5 seconds here for all these guys. We'll see if that goes up or goes down. Not to mention how many more lap cars are going to go a lap down. Looks like Haley, Elliott, Logano, they're down 40 seconds, which means they're only a couple seconds in front of the leaders. But this gap did go down, so it's down to 4.7. And with 14 laps to go yet, he only gained 0.2 a lap, but that's something. We'll see if Harvick, Truex, Busch, Austin Hill, if they can't get there. These boys are racing now. Blaney looking to pick off Alex Bowman and Suarez to the race lead. And it looks like Blaney's looking to try and get Suarez too. He's going to get there. Going to slide up a little bit. Austin Dillon racing to try and get his lap back. Same with Chris Buescher and Keselowski. All 3 of them involved in that pit road accident we saw. So we'll have to watch his interval. When Harvick, looks like Harvick kind of stayed the same. Still about 4.7 with Truex now in the 5th spot. I really want to see those guys catch this group so we can see a good race to the finish. There's a solid 10 cars from Truex to Chastain. Only 1.2 apart, so we'll see. We got to watch. Let's see how well is Truex and those guys doing. Got a big group of cars here. It's right along with Martin Truex. Down the straightaway, he can probably see those guys. Yeah, he can see them. You can see redlining, running really hard. 4.4, he knocked off another 3/10 with 12 to go. So they're running close lap times, obviously, but they are gaining. Truex, Busch, Harvick, some pretty strong cars right there. You got Austin Hill, and then you got Byron, Gibbs, Wallace, Bell, Chastain, Larson. So definitely some good, very fast cars in that group trying to run down Blaney, Suarez, Stenhouse, and Bowman, and you can see a little bit more of a gap between those cars. Of course, they're racing with lap cars. The lap cars are probably helping them. I'm not going to lie, it's more cars in their pack, but knocked off another 10th. See, with 11 to go, a 10th won't be enough for Martin Truex to lead that group up to Blaney, Suarez, Stenhouse, Bowman, but we'll see. You know, this is a big opportunity, not just, you know, for a race win, but for points to open up the season for Suarez and all those guys. Obviously, like I said, they're probably going to be... Oh, caution is out. We've got yellow. Caution is out. We've got a wreck up here, and Truex ain't slowing down. He's in it. He barely got... Oh, was that Blaney? Was Ryan Blaney in that? What happened? The caution is out. You guys can see the caution's out. Blaney was in it. A lap car could have had something to do with this. Smoke everywhere. Oh, Keselowski's in another one. And comes up and just absolutely wipes out Austin Dillon. You saw the black smoke come out of that car. Dillon is done. Keselowski's probably done. Blaney was leading the freaking race, man. Let's go back and watch this. Oh, it looks like this is happening ahead of them. Oh, this is happening ahead of them already. So who's that? Wreck was already going on here. So that's the 14 of Briscoe. All right, let's go on to the... See, we'll find it. We'll find it. Let's go on to the 14 of Briscoe. Oh, we got a car flipping too. And they're still already wrecking. So the wreck was already going on still. And the car's going to flip here. Oh my goodness. Michael McDowell flipping wildly. All right, was McDowell the culprit of this? Could have been. Oh, looks like he was. All right, so Corey LaJoie turned McDowell into the infield. McDowell slammed the inside fence. LaJoie and Ty Dillon slid through the grass up onto the track. And then McDowell just got destroyed by Chase Briscoe. McDowell's flipping wildly. Briscoe's obviously knocked the radiator out of that car. And then everybody else. Holy crap. Let's watch this from a helicopter view. Oh, man. What was LaJoie thinking? Corey LaJoie turned McDowell and brought out a massive crash. Let's ride along, Corey LaJoie. Was in the middle of 3 wide. Just turned McDowell and then got turned by Ty Dillon. McDowell smacked the inside fence and then they continued to wreck, it looks like. The 15. Then everybody else came through. Unbelievable. Let's watch this from Ryan Blaney's cam. Oh, man. Leading the race. Nowhere to go. Bowman was in it. And you can see the black smoke. That car's done. And he continued to get hit. Did another car flip? I know what you guys want to see. Ride along with Michael McDowell during this. Got to ride along with Michael McDowell during this. A flip to open up the season. Jeez. Just got turned by LaJoie. Hit the inside fence. No control at this point. Sliding back onto the track. And then just got hit. Destroyed. Oh, man. Whew, looks a lot like Ryan Preece's wreck, doesn't it? Jeez. All right, well, who's out front now? Obviously still under yellow. Looks like Ricky Stenhouse got through it. Suarez got through it. Bowman and Blaney were not so lucky. Is the red flag out? Is that even on this game? Oh, no, we're not. We're not live. All right, here we are. So, looks like they already... All right, that's cool. Looks like they already did their pit road stuff. So, that's cool. We spent all the time boring, under caution, 50 man hour, whatever, or 70 man hour, whatever, looking at the replays. So, that was cool. Massive crash. Absolutely massive wreck. Michael McDowell flipping down in turns 3 and 4. Got turned. Corey LaJoy, the culprit of that wreck. And I don't know what spot they were racing for when that happened, but goodness. Ricky Stenhouse going to be the leader, and they're going to get the green, and they're going to have 7 to go. And is there no lap cars? There's no inside line here. All right, there's a few, so they might be coming yet. So you can see William Byron, obviously out. Bubba Wallace, Ryan Blaney, Austin Dillon, obviously out. So this is going to be some... There's, what, 7, 8, 9 to go yet. Ryan Preece can pick those guys off and get a few spots. We'll see if Ryan Preece can't do that. But yeah, we got Busher, Reddick, and Chandler Smith a lap down. And obviously Bowman in 31st. Not good for Bowman. Chastain sucks. But, yeah, not good. So we've got some guys like Connor Daly up to 12th. Harrison Burton, BJ McLeod, Todd Gilliland, Zane Smith, Gregson, Pastrana, Jimmy Johnson almost inside the top 20, Cody Ware. JJ Yaley was involved in that wreck also back in 28th. The lights on the pace car, the lights on the pace car is still on, so the inside line's probably not going to show up yet. And the thing that does suck is if a caution comes out at the wrong time, this race will end under yellow. Just how it works in 2002. I can't do anything about that. I wish I could do something about that. Obviously, I don't want to see a race end under yellow. There is no overtime. That means we do get to see 1-lap shootouts. I think I'd rather see a 2-lap shootout anyway, but this one should not. Lights on the pace car are off, so we are going to go green, and we're going to have 6 laps to go. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. trying to do what he did in real life. Wouldn't that be ironic if he's able to come away with the victory? Daniel Suarez, Austin Hill, obviously not playoff eligible. If he manages to win the race, that means nobody's locked into the playoffs coming out of Daytona. Martin Truex, Ty Gibbs, some Gibbs cars there. Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick. Inside the top 10, still the lone Ford inside the top 10. Not a good day for Ford, and this is their kind of track, too. Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, all 4 Gibbs cars inside the top 8, or top 9. Pretty impressive for them. Kyle Larson in 10th. Almirola trying to salvage an 11th or better finish. Obviously, he was not running well, but he's up there now. And then everybody else that we mentioned. We saw how Allmendinger early in the race was running like 37th. He's up to 20th with an opportunity to pass some guys. We'll see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens. We'll go full screen for this. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Going to lead us to green, and I guess there's not going to be any... Is this only single file? All right, because Busch is a lap down, and he's... All right, I guess this is only single file. Here we go. Green flag is in the air. We've got 6 laps to go. Nobody jumping out of line yet. Nobody has a run to jump out of line yet. Suarez and Stenhouse trying to drive away, trying to settle it between themselves. Austin Hill, of course, has something to say about it. Busher trying to get his lap back. If a caution is to come out, obviously he'd be in the free pass position. Suarez looking to the bottom. Austin Hill to the top. Ricky Stenhouse going to stay at the top, and Suarez to the lead. And Chris Buescher, even though he's not racing for position, like I said, he's in the free pass spot. Reddick trying to go 3 wide. Oh, almost got into the door of the 62. Going to bring Martin Truex Jr. with him. Suarez now at the point. 5 laps to go. How aggressive do these guys get? I hope they don't just stay in line and just ride to the finish. I hope they don't do that. I want to see these guys race for the win. Come on, let's see something crazy. Ricky Stenhouse looking underneath Suarez. Four to go. Stenhouse just riding behind Suarez. But yeah, now you got Reddick and Truex into the 3rd and 4th spot. Both of those cars capable of winning races week in and week out, especially the 19. Can they get it done at Daytona and lock their way into the playoffs early? It could happen. I believe Austin Hill fell out of the picture. Stenhouse looking to the race lead. Truex to the outside. Reddick, Gibbs, Larson, Hamlin to the inside. We are coming to 4 to go. Reddick to 2nd. Looking for the lead. Truex falling back now. Stenhouse still clear of Reddick. Suarez falling back a little bit on the outside. Kyle Larson now into the top 5. Hamlin, a big run. Big push there you saw from the 4 of Harvick. All right, 2 to go. Will Ty Gibbs make the move? Or Tyler Reddick, sorry. Will Tyler Reddick make the move? I have a feeling we could see Larson try and make the move for 2nd before Reddick has the opportunity. But what's going to happen? Only a lap and a half to go at this point. Kyle Larson, there it is, looking for 2nd. Going to get help from Hamlin. Reddick looking under Stenhouse. Not quite. Make the move. Make the move. Could we see a last lap pass? If Stenhouse doesn't win this race, it's going to have to be a last lap pass. All right, coming to the white flag. This race is official. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. at the front of the field trying to do what he did in real life on the game. Wouldn't that be ironic? But he's got Reddick, Larson, Harvick on him. Almirola. What's Reddick going to do? Coming off of turn number 2. Is he going to make the move? Larson looking underneath Reddick. Everybody kind of staying to the high side. Larson is there to 2nd. He's there to the lead. Larson underneath Stenhouse. Kyle Larson to the lead. Ricky Stenhouse didn't block. Harvick to 2nd. Harvick going to try and make a run at it. Is he going to get there? He's not. Kyle Larson is going to win the Daytona season opener. Are you kidding me? Kyle Larson took it from Stenhouse. In turn 3 of the last corner, Stenhouse didn't block. Harvick got by as well. And Kyle Larson, he did it. Season opener. He won it at Daytona. Holy crap. How did everybody else fare out? Harvick, Stenhouse, Almirola. So really good for Stewart-Haas. They ended up getting 2nd and 4th out of this. Hamlin, Connor Daly ends up 6th. Couple of the Gibbs cars with Gibbs and Bell in 7th and 8th. Austin Hill fell to 9th. Burton 10th. Gilliland, Allmendinger, Elliott up to 13th. Logano, Truex fell miserably to 15th. Remember, he restarted 4th, I think. Suarez restarted, what, 2nd? He's 16th. Nothing to show for it. And it looks like something happened to Cindric that he fell 22 seconds off. Same thing with Bowman, but... Oh, Reddick was a lap down. Are you serious? I thought Reddick was on the lead lap. He was a lap down. And he was making a difference there at the end of the race. Here I almost called Reddick the winner. But you can see Priest was able to manage a couple spots there. Get by all the cars that DNF'd. What a season opener. One wreck. We saw a flip in Michael McDowell. Very good race. A championship threat winning at Daytona. Kyle Larson getting it done. And there you are. There's your season results. And that's Daytona, guys. I believe we go to Rockingham. I believe North Carolina is next. I believe it's Rockingham. But we'll check and we'll make sure. You can see their point standings right there. Looks like the exact same, other than a few twists and changes. But yep, North Carolina, Rockingham next, and that's a 79 lapper. Yeah, we do have double file restarts on. I'm not sure why there wasn't one, but it's all right. So most laps led, split 3 ways. Stenhouse, Chastain, Byron all led 8 laps. Stenhouse 1 lap away from winning the race. DNFs, obviously, a couple of DNFs. Not too many. Who won the pole for this? Kyle Larson did, so he finished where he started. Awesome. Super excited for this series, guys. You guys can see Rockingham, North Carolina is next. Super excited. Can't wait. And we're going to have different drivers in the field. Of course, Connor Daly, Travis Pastrana, those guys, they're not going to be obviously racing at Rockingham. But, you know, once we get done with this season, and maybe even, probably even midway through at some point in this season, of course, it's 36 races. Very long schedule, but... yeah, as you can see right here, 1 of 36. So, yeah, crazy. Kyle Larson getting the win. But, yeah, once we get at least midway through this season or some point, you know, I'll start making my own changes and adding my own twist to it to make it more entertaining, more exciting. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. This one was a lot longer than what I anticipated it to be, almost an hour, but it's all right. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Try and make this a series. This is very entertaining for me. Hopefully it'll be entertaining for you guys. Hopefully the quality of this video ends up being decent. Appreciate you guys for watching. High side out.